I was really scared of the conversations in the film because it's exposing, and all these conversations are I didn't even expect to happen. So it was, already like shocking for me. So I was like so scared. How would they react? What if they, don't like the film and they want me to like put it down?
So, hi, my name is Sarah. I am from Director's Notes, and today I am being joined by Huiju Park, who is here to talk about her BAFTA-nominated documentary, which is up for Best British Film, Welcome Home Freckles. So, I'm going to pass over to you to just sort of introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit more about the film.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Huiju, and I'm a director of Welcome Home Freckles, which is nominated at BAFTA. And I feel so great, and all of my team are happy, and we're so excited to just go to the party and the ceremony, and that's our goal at the moment.
Yeah, it's all about the party, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. Just have some fun. That's
Yeah,
all that
that's what it
matters.
should be about.
Yeah.
So just sort of going back, because am I right in saying you're based between London and Seoul?
I'm based in London.
Okay.
Um, I mean, that's my goal. I mean, that's my plan. But I've been on the festival run. So last year, I mean, you know, uh, I had amazing experiences with the festival. So, I got to travel every month, sometimes like multiple festivals in a month. So I cannot say I'm based in anywhere at the moment,
Right.
but that's the plan for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm based in London.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. I mean, the festival circuit is just madness, isn't it? We just got back
exactly. Yeah.
from Clermont-Ferrand and there was some film. It's an amazing festival, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. And I knew a couple of filmmakers there, and they were sort of there presenting four times. Then one of the filmmakers, she's like, I'm presenting to like a sold out 1,400 person theater. I mean, how was your experience there?
I mean, I haven't been to Clermont,
Okay,
but I have some friends screened her film this year. And for other festivals, it really depends. It really depends on the how to say it, like cinema or like region. But in general, I think the audience were really lovely to me. And somehow, I got really good reaction from the audience and from the screening. And yeah, it's been amazing and more than amazing.
yeah. I mean, it's a terrifying reality, isn't it? Especially you're working on such personal work. It's sort of like you're very much putting everything out there.
I know I'm at the beginning of the festival circuit. I couldn't really go to the cinema. I just went to the screen after screening for the
Okay.
Q&A because
Yeah.
I mean we had our very first screening at South by, and it was sold out both times, and
Amazing.
it was amazing. But at that time, like watching my film again, when I just finished it, it was quite still like difficult for me to watch and process everything. Now I feel numb. I can watch many times. It's fine. But at the time I was like really nervous, and I was always holding my like my friends' hands, my team hands, and they're always like, "Hey, Ju, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. People are gonna love it. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my experience at the beginning.
But yet now you're used to it now. You're like, yeah, I'm a veteran. I'm an expert.
I'm not a veteran at all. I would love to watch other films in the, same screening, but it was just at that time, I think I was still processing what happened and making the film. I think it was like after effect almost. And yeah, but at the same time, it was so funny to watch all the reaction from the back because I usually sit really at the front or really at the back.
Okay.
And if you sit at the back, you can see everyone's reaction. Like some people are crying or
Yeah.
like people are laughing, and that made my day every time.
What bit were people laughing at?
I mean, it was it was intentional,
Yeah.
about freckles, for
Yeah.
example, with my grandma.
Oh, that
Like she's a
beautiful bit.
seven.
And you're like, don't you think I'm pretty? No. Yeah.
No, no.
No.
And yeah, exactly. I wanted to, make people laugh with the scene, and I always laugh at my grandma as well. Like she's such a savage. And also, there's a one line, I think it was at the dinner scene
Mm.
with everyone around, and I was like drinking but having a really like tough conversation, and then I was talking about like how could you do that? How could you do that? And then the auntie next to me, she said, maybe you deserved it. And
Yeah.
then, like people are laughing.
Fair. Yeah, it's
And
always
I
like
think that, yeah,
it's a big point. Oh, that's good.
exactly.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then at the end, I think that was the most funny part
what happens?
in the ending when my parents asked me, so are you making a film?
Oh, okay. So I was just thinking, I was like, I didn't find that bit funny, but now when you say that, I can see.
It
Yeah.
just, yeah.
So, I mean, there's so much I want to get into, but let's go back. So, I was sort of researching you and what you've done. Am I right in saying that you moved to the UK for film school?
Yeah.
And the NFTS is just, I mean, incredible. The talent it sort of produces there. So, was NFTS always your goal?
I think I have to be careful with my words. Um, Actually, I wanted to go to the US.
Okay.
I mean, um, when I was in uni, all my professors were from US.
Hmm.
So that was my goal, it was simple. And, my professors told me about, oh, they're like film schools in California or in New York, whatever, whatever. So that was always my goal. But at the same time, I always had some like thoughts about UK. And then when I was, preparing for my master's, searching for school, and then I just Googled NFTS. I just Googled UK film school top, and then it was like few schools, and then I applied for another school as well, and I got in, but I just didn't end up going there. So bottom line is I had no clue about NFTS. I'm so sorry, but I
Hey,
mean,
no, I don't mind.
yeah, I lived far from here, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
of
didn't have
course.
any clue.
Mm.
Yeah, NFTS was a surprise, and I think I was really lucky because it was much better than I expected. Um, because it's not really academic place,
Yeah,
and which is amazing. I hate studying.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then also you get to choose your team. Yeah, because normally if you study at film school or like film major, everyone wants to be a director, or like everyone does like same job, but you just
Mm.
take turns. So it's amazing experience. I did that when I was in uni, but NFTS, the best thing about NFTS is you can really specialize in your job, in
Yeah,
your career, in
yeah,
your
yeah,
like
yeah.
area. Yeah. So yeah, the 2 years spent like crazy fast. I don't even remember how I, you know, endured the sufferings, the agony.
But that's like, yeah, 2 intense years. And I mean, I've spoken to loads of different filmmakers from there. And what's beautiful is, like you said, with the team, so many people collaborating with the same people, like moving into their careers. And you just see these beautiful relationships form.
Exactly. I was really lucky with my team. Um yeah, with my composer, for example, Eduardo. Um so if you're studying documentary, you get to make 4 films in a row
Hmm.
within 2 years. And I mean, the first one is not a film, it's just a workshop thingy.
Mm.
But with Eduardo, with Edo, we worked together at the really beginning of the first 2 years. And then since then, we became like friends, soulmates. And then, oh my God, we should work for a grad. And then yeah, he was like, yeah, bring me some project, bring me some film. And then I was like, yeah, wait for it. I'm cooking it now. So let's keep in touch.
Nice.
Yeah, and everyone just amazing thing about NFTS is I can have special relationship with everyone in my team.
Mm.
I mean, also, we have the tiniest team in the nomination because
So
we
how
have,
many other of
including
you?
me. So total eight,
Okay.
including me. So we're really tight. We're
Yeah.
like underdog. We're the baby.
Nice.
Um, yeah, it's just, but at the same time, it's amazing that I get to talk to them. I don't, how to say, we don't have mechanical relationship.
Yeah.
So everyone contributed into this film in their own way with their own authorship, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So yeah, I was lucky and I'm still lucky to have my team and everyone who supported this film along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. And sort of going back to the films you made, so you did Bitter Cells, Rewinding Dominoes, and then we've got Welcome Home Freckles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was looking at all of them and they're all really personal. And then sort of when I was doing my research and I was praying, I was like, it's a trilogy of like confrontation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd love to talk about sort of that style and how you developed that and why you wanted to make sort of such confrontational work.
Um, I think we have to go back to the really beginning of the filmmaking, for me.
Yeah.
Um, I think filmmaking for me is not, maybe it sounds selfish, maybe it sounds like insensitive, but I just make films for myself. Um, I think you can say it like just self-expression. And I don't really, I mean, yes, I want it to be good, the film, but the whole goal of making this film is to, save myself from the situation and, you know, um, researching about my curiosity or putting myself into the position and try to see what's going to happen. Because for me, filmmaking has been always a therapy,
Yeah.
and it's like a research. Like, if you have some, question about something in your life, then I just make films about it so that I can figure it out, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And I think that's why I always had this kind of motive or a goal or passion making personal films. But unfortunately, I couldn't really do it in Korea because Korea is such a misogynistic country, and I didn't have any social media before Welcome Home Freckles, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I was I'm still in the feminist group in Korea and with the media, joining protests with activists. And while doing that, I never felt safe making story or film with my face on it.
Mm.
And that's why I never had social media in Korea, for example, because you get attacked in Korea, especially like like me right now. My face is everywhere. Some people know my name.
Mm.
Um, and there is a huge threat revealing your identity in Korea. So moving to the UK helped me a lot in the sense of safety in filmmaking and expressing myself with the public.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that was a really, like, how to say, good push. Like, okay, I feel safe in the UK. I mean, nowhere is heaven, but I feel safe as a feminist in the UK, especially in London. There's so many diversities I can, experience and I can see, and all the friends or the colleagues. And I think that's why I, started making like um personal films like properly from NFTS.
Yeah. Yeah. So then like the walls are down. There's not that sort of extra part that you have to worry about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So sort of with Welcome Home Freckles, did your family know what you were planning to do, what you were planning to talk about? And, a lot of it.
So I did a bit of trick. So there's a background information is which is helpful to understand the whole timeline.
Okay.
So before making Welcome Home Freckles, I was, how to say it, like they couldn't find me, they couldn't reach out to me. I cut all the ties from my whole family for 4 years.
Mhm.
And then in the meantime, I moved to the UK, whatever. So I went MIA. And then, they're dying to see me. They're dying to, reach out to me. But I was like cutting off everything because I was really upset. And I just basically ran away.
Yeah.
And then, but still something was like bugging in my head and in my heart. I couldn't leave in peace. So I decided to make Welcome Freckles. And then I think it was like even during a pre-production, we booked a whole flight and whatever, but I hadn't told them yet.
Okay.
And then I think it was like a month ago or a few weeks ago, I texted my mom, "Hey, I'm going back home. But I'm gonna make a film about it." And then she was like, "Oh my God, when are you coming? And what film?" And then I said, "I'll let you know exact date, but you don't need to know everything. But it's about us." And then the conversation was ended like that. And then I saw them, yeah, like you saw in the film. That was my very first encounter when I
Okay.
entered the garage.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot to sort of for you to deal with. And like, what about your crews? Sort of, because it must have been a lot for them as well. To yeah, how did they feel about approaching it that way?
I mean, so everyone knew about everything. I mean,
Yeah,
especially just in my team. Um, yeah, Benjamin and Jules, they're like, my therapist on shoot.
yeah,
And we were literally shooting just next block from the garage. And we're just, shooting some pickup shots or whatever. And then I was like getting so nervous, so nervous. And then I told them, guys, I was like literally shaking and I was like hiding behind the building, whatever. And then, guys, I think we should go back. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can handle it. But, they're like waiting for me and holding my hands and going through everything with me. Teach we're here. If anything happens, we can just go home.
yeah.
But let's try it. Like, yeah, basically they're like my therapist. I could
Yeah, I mean,
never done it. Yeah.
because you're thinking if that was someone else, like if it was another participant in a documentary, I mean, there's obviously always a real sort of ethics and a level of care. But obviously, when you're putting that on yourself, I can't even imagine how much that is to deal with. On top
I think
of,
the trick, yeah.
obviously, you've got your director's hat on and you're like, I've got to make this film.
Exactly. So even when I was like shaking and like terrified before the first encounter, but at the same time, I had to tell them where to put the camera and
Yep.
where to put the boom. And I have to still put the, radio mic
Yeah.
like under my shirt. So it was like, yeah, it's a lot, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think, it is what it is. I'm a director, so I have to, focus on my work, I guess.
Yeah, of course. There's got to be some kind of like compartmentalization that goes on. Have your family seen the
Definitely.
film?
Yeah, yeah.
There we
Do you
go.
want to know about their reaction?
Yeah, I'd love to if you're
Um,
happy to share.
I mean, it's nothing serious, nothing special or serious. It was just right after we finished the whole film. And then I sent them, I don't know how they watched it because I just sent them a link, but I imagine they watched it on the phone probably because we don't have a computer at home.
Hmm.
Or whatever. And then I don't know, after a few hours, because of the time difference, I don't really know how exactly happened, but yeah, I got a text from them. "Hey, Huiju, I just watched the film and I'm proud of you. I didn't know we hurt you that much. I'm sorry. I love you, I love you, I love you. And that's it. We didn't call. We're not that close. Text is
Mm.
enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's better than it could have been.
Exactly. I was so scared.
Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, you're because talking about being fearful at film festivals and obviously putting it out there to an audience, and then there's sort of a whole private audience as well.
Exactly. I think that's the most nerve-wracking thing to, show your film with the people you film together.
Yeah.
And I was really scared of the conversations in the film because it's exposing.
Mm.
And all these conversations are, I didn't even expect to happen. So it was, already like shocking for me. So I was like so scared. How would they react? What if they, don't like the film and then want me to like put it down? And, all the logistics, it's important.
Yeah.
But, thankfully, um, this film gave us really special memory for all of us in the family. And it's the personal stuff. I mean, I would love to share. It's a one thing. The best change after making this film is my dad um has been sober since the shoot till now.
That's
So
incredible.
it's amazing. So I'm really happy for my mom as well.
Yeah.
Because of that, my mom seems she's doing better at home and she, seems doing better. And I think that's the best thing I could get from the film, just
Yeah.
personally.
Absolutely. Because there's that beautiful line in the film where you sort of bring some alcohol and your mum's like, alcohol has caused so many problems. And you can see it like
Yeah,
on her face. I mean, I've had my own relationship with people being alcohol dependent, and it's awful, and just seeing that pain on her face.
exactly. I think it's really special. Maybe it's not special. I don't know how to say it, but
It's
it's
significant.
really, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You just get the instant like reaction to the word if you're traumatized by that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, 100%. So, I mean, there's going back, it's very personal. That was your first time going there, but the film, the documentary itself, because often when things are very personal, they can be observational or quite verite, but there's a beautiful narrative to Welcome Home Freckles. I mean, I think there's a weird border with narrative and fiction. So, what did you go out there planning? Had you storyboarded? Did you have an idea?
Yeah, I had a treatment. Um, how to say it's more like a action sequence because it's not a fiction, so I cannot put down every single
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
But I had scene by scene,
Okay.
and all the locations in my mind. And I think, yeah, we executed like really very close to the treatment. And also I had a storyboard, um, and also I had a really strong reference films. So I shared with my team members so that we can be all, on the same page, especially visually.
Yeah.
For me, the visual language and the aesthetic was really the most important thing. I'm
Yeah.
not like apart from the story itself,
Mm.
because my goal was still is my goal. When you talk about like Korean cinema or Asian cinema, amazing depth. It's like poetic visual language, and there are so many like evidences in the scene visually, whatever, whatever. But I couldn't find any films, documentary films like that in, you know, even in Korea.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring this kind of Asian cinema, Korean cinema aesthetics and visual language into the documentary world. And yeah, I just wanted to try it. I think that was my goal. Yeah.
So, what films were you using as reference for the visuals?
Um, so the first thing is Maborosi. It's a debut film of Koreeda Hirokazu.
Okay.
Um, my personally, that's my favorite film of his filmography. And the second one is Korean, The House of Hummingbird by Kim Bora, directed by Kim Bora. And the third one is Canadian Korean, Rice Boy Sleeps. And
So
yeah, I think
are
I
they
could
all
say,
fiction films?
yeah, they're all fiction film. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I'd love to talk about, you know, building that sort of look and say, because you've got a beautiful like conversation with the landscape. Like there's beautiful scenes in the woods. I assume where your parents live, is that quite rural?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's a city, but capital people are so people don't think it's a city. I'm from my hometown is Daegu. It's like a southern part of South Korea. And it's a city, but I don't know how to say it. Yeah, it's rural. It's far from the capital.
Hmm.
Um, but do you remember the apple orchard,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the apple farm? That's where I grew up. That's where my mom grew up.
Okay.
That's my mom's family grew up, and
Yeah.
they still live there. And that's really countryside.
Yeah.
And mm, my granddad's grave, it's I can say it's a little bit far from the city, but it's not like countryside. But it's just in Korea we have many mountains.
Hmm.
So if you just climb the mountain, it's just like completely from like, opposite to the city. Yeah.
So, because you're sort of traveling from UK and you're such a small team, what cameras, what gear did you have, knowing like the depth and everything that you wanted to capture?
So we wanted to make it small as possible.
Yeah.
Um, and because we have to go to many intimate places, so we use FX6, and I don't remember the lens, but we didn't use long lenses. Um, I wanted to keep the wide shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then about sound, yeah, we were using boom mic and then radio mic at the same time, but probably Rode or something. Sorry, I don't really know much about the
No, that's
gear.
okay. A lot of times when I ask directors, they're like, my cinematographer knows exactly like the camera and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. But talking about cinematographer, so it's Benjamin Codbull.
Yeah, Benjamin
Yeah.
Koppel.
Yeah. So I was looking into his background. So he's got more of a kind of journalistic background.
Yeah.
So why did you choose him for this, knowing that sort of crossover that you wanted?
Um, how to say it? When you look at his film, have you seen Benjamin? Like, have you met?
No, I haven't. I haven't come across him yet. I was just looking earlier at some of his filmography, but I
Oh, I
haven't come
see.
across anything.
So I mean, we've been really good friends since, NFTS.
Yeah.
And when I just entered the school, he was making his grad, so that's how we met. And all the documentary, we call it like documentary family tree because
Okay.
there's only like 10 of us each year. So
Yeah.
we're really
Yeah.
close, like throughout the whole years. And then yeah, we became really close. And then so Benjamin is a big Viking guy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's his experiences, like, and that's his, like, probably you would get the same like first impression. Oh my God, he looks scary. He does look scary, but maybe that's why he does journalistic approach and topics, because he did like war story films and all the like really serious but dangerous kind of topic with films, with his own films. But when you watch his films, because he used to do self-shooting,
Yeah.
actually it's really warm. His gaze is really warm and sweet. He
Yeah.
doesn't come across like warm and sweet at all in real life, not at all. But when what he sees through the camera and how he captures these people, it's really warm and it's really loving. And yeah, and I knew that he's not gonna do something like weird or like something that something that's, how to say it, like not that I expected. I
Yeah,
knew that he would trust me. We have a really like trust bonding like relationship, and I knew that he would fill me with his warm heart,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. No, that's a real sort of trust thing. And you'd shot your films yourself before. So that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a huge level of trust regardless. Never mind how personal the film was.
Yeah, and also maybe it's a little bit different topic, but since I've been making personal films, so for this Freckles, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to remove my identity as a filmmaker at all.
Okay.
And that's the biggest reason why I, had a DOP.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it, how to say it? Maybe this is just my personal opinion.
Hmm.
When I watch personal films, sometimes I see directors, which is main character, are relying on their identity as a filmmaker, not the story itself. So I had a thought. If you were not a filmmaker, then why would I watch your film? Being a director, being a filmmaker is not really special. And that was my like thoughts when I was preparing Welcome Home Freckles.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I want to have a new mission. I want to try something different. So I planned removing my identity as a director and a filmmaker at all. And I wanted to see if the story is going to work as itself
Yeah.
or not. And then, yeah, that was a kind of test for myself.
Yeah. So how did that translate to on set? Like, are you working with Benjamin on sort of camera placement and angles, or did you just have to trust and let him sort of do what he's doing?
I mean, so like I said, I had a storyboard
Yeah.
for big scenes and I knew all the locations, so I could give him like drawings, but it's a really weird process. So whenever we are ready to like roll, I have to, Benjamin and I discuss about where to put the camera, and then he let me check the angle, and then when I give him okay sign, then he start rolling, and then put the director's hat off, and then I just be in the scene.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in the comment, this is really tricky. So we're having a
Yeah.
conversation, right? But I was giving him sign with my hand at the back,
Okay.
like this.
Yeah.
Like for example, with my mom at the temple, for example,
Mm.
it was a long, long conversation. And then so I had to think about it. What's the impact of this conversation? Should we go close or should we go far? So I was in the conversation, but at the same time, half of the brain was thinking about the shot angle and the shot size. So we were like, we were hyper focused.
Yeah.
They're looking at my hands, like, and yeah, it was so fun.
So you did have your filmmaker's hat on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to. I had to.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it sounds almost impossible to separate the two.
exactly. And also because, they don't know any language.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're fully relying on me with the, conversation, the locations, whatever, whatever. So yeah, it was a really special experience.
Yeah. And I'm imagining, I mean, this might be me being totally wrong, but I'm imagining Benjamin stood out quite a lot, like a really tall Viking guy.
Yeah,
Like
so
people are going to be looking at him the whole time.
Benjamin, Paul Viking guy, Jules, location sound. He's like a little prince. He's a Swiss French German little boy.
Okay.
But everyone loved them. I felt so annoyed. Like whenever we went to like a restaurant, for example, I've never had that much free food. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's on the house. It's on the house." Oh my God, where are you from? Like, why are you here? Because my hometown is not Seoul. Seoul is a really international big city, but
Yeah.
Daegu is like people don't leave, people just stay here. It's really like close community. And then maybe because of that, people are like shocked.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I was like so annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in a good way. Like, I've never got that free food. It was never on the house. But like they're giving us like full fish, the whole dish, or like whatever. But yeah, they really stood out. But they were beloved by
Yeah.
Koreans. Yeah.
That's great. You just know who to bring along next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, talking again about sort of that split between you as the subject and you as the filmmaker, and you were saying that you notice when sort of people cross the divide. When you had all your footage and you're looking at the edit, were there moments that you can see that you weren't fully in the conversations? Or, like, I'd love to know if you noticed that within yourself.
That's really interesting. I've never thought about it. Hmm. Maybe I can ask my editor about it.
Yeah.
But um,
Yeah, because
I don't think
from another
so.
perspective.
I think maybe I'm really good at acting, or also because I'm really, how to say, I'm comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, if I give them like hand sign, then we cannot use the rush, right? But other than that, it, I mean, also the whole situation was too intense to even like think about something else,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. I've,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, well, I was always like scared or upset, angry. So I didn't have the like, mental space to think about, oh, am I acting real or not? I've
Yeah.
never thought about it because I was always honest and vulnerable. And yeah, also that was my, how to say it, maybe it's not my goal, maybe it's my motto or just the way how I make personal films,
Mm.
which is you have to be naked in front of the camera unless there's no worth other people watching it. That I try to keep that in mind all the time
Yeah.
whenever I'm shooting or even in the edit. It's so embarrassing or like, oh, I don't look good. I look so ugly. I look so grumpy, which is all the time. But that's the reality, and that's what people, how to say, that's what worth to watch,
Yeah.
not just fake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I completely agree. And I say this sort of in quite a lot of my interviews and with filmmakers. You have to respect your audience. They know what they're watching, and there's a feeling you get. And like if something feels off or fake, an audience just will switch off. They don't want to watch that.
exactly. Like, and also film ticket is so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You have to,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
And
you
the
have to make
same
a
will
good
be with
one.
festivals, like festival programmers. They'll be able to smell that, from a mile away if there's something
Yeah,
inauthentic, or somebody's trying to make something just for the sake of making it.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about you dividing yourself. And there's one particular scene, the conversation with your dad. Um, did you go into that like I assume you didn't have multiple takes. You've just got this one opportunity. Yeah, like that must have been difficult. Like my stomach, even now, I'm like, oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was really scary. I think I was in the zone,
Yeah,
but at the same time, this is like behind the scenes story, but I cried after every single shoot, at night or just after conversation. Um, which we didn't put any
yeah,
of me crying, it was, but at the same time, I was prepared. Um, yeah, with Jules and Benjamin, I knew that they are there.
yeah.
So if I feel scared or if I feel like, crazy, then I can always just, cut it off and we can just stop.
Mm.
And I knew that. So I think that's why how I could push myself. And also, that's the whole point. I planned this whole film just only for this single conversation. So I think it was Yeah, it was a high stake, but I just had to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I really applaud you for being able to do that. Why did you decide not to include any things of you crying?
There's a high chance, how to say it, to make them look bad.
Okay.
Um, so it's more about directing of this film
Yeah.
and the approach. Um, I wanted to give them a space to explain themselves. So at the end of the day, everyone is a victim by environment,
Mhm.
and they just, you know, the the history was repeated, and they didn't have any other option to repeat and follow the family history. And it took me a while to, think like change my mind like this, but I didn't want to make it any aggressive.
Mm.
And how to say it? Me crying is not the point of this film.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to keep the distance so that I can give each character enough space to exist like, themselves.
Yeah.
And for me, that was the most important thing, to keep the distance from the camera and make it less dramatic.
Hmm.
Because, the topic is already dramatic. It's the
Yeah.
most, devastating story, whatever. But so that's why I tried to keep it really calm
Yeah.
and quiet, stillness,
Mm.
so that viewers, audience can project themselves on the character,
Hmm.
each character. Yeah. So that's why the audience reaction is so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's a beautiful balance as well, sort of like we were talking about earlier with, the beautiful coverage of the landscape and getting an idea for where you are, that juxtaposes as well with that family story. And you've got as well, there's lots of little bits of kind of ritual in, like when you're having your hair plaited, and there's lots of kind of just little normal moments that all weave in beautifully.
Yeah, also the location and the action, the incident was
Yeah.
also very important. Um, for example, temple is where my mom feels safe the most. That's why it was very important to bring her, to film her there in her own space,
Hmm.
not home,
Yeah.
because she doesn't exist herself at home. So, and then all the ritual, and just as a director,
Mm.
if you want to have a really good conversation, you have to, you know, bring this person where she feels the most safe. And right. And also about the garage. I mean, yeah, it's part of our life. I grew up in the garage. I grew up with the tires and, engine oils. It's part of me, but also it's not about me, it's about my dad. Like there is a depth of the location. Like for example, my dad has been fixing the cars for ages, the entire his life, but he was unable to fix home. And what is he fixing now? Well, he's really good at fixing cars.
Yeah.
So I thought the ironic aspect of the location, and also I'm not sure you remember the scene of the door going down after the conversation with my dad.
Yeah. 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 I've got it in my head.
Yeah, something like that. You just see it. I don't need to say it. You just see it, but we left the scene with the shot with a little bit of space. The door is not closed yet. And then we move to the grave.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? What's left? Something like that.
Mm. Yeah, and that conversation you then have at the grave is I thought it was really poetic. Like at the same
Yeah.
time, yeah, I did. I think it wasn't, I think I don't mean poetic in terms of, oh, it's beautiful and it doesn't mean anything. I think it was really from the heart. And it was honest. I think that's more it. It was really honest, and that's what struck me from it.
Yeah, I think you're right because when I'm shooting with other people, I still had to behave. I'm a daughter. I cannot just shout and, curse at them. I had to behave, but at the grave, I think I felt really, I think, yeah, I felt really real about the whole situation. It was really real because we shot, so the whole scene is sorry, I forgot
Chronological.
the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the day before the grave scene, I had a conversation with my dad,
Mhm.
and then the day after, I, went to see my grandpa and
Mhm.
asking, like, why did you do it?
Yeah.
And there's a like Easter egg of my grandfather. I think it's like a 3-second shot. So there's a photo of old man in my room. That's my
Mhm.
grandpa. And
Okay.
there's a single piano note. And then it just, it's like a really quick
Okay.
transition. But yeah, I wanted to, like, how to say it, like, reveal a little bit. So this person is gonna be important in this story.
Yeah.
Like, quite at the beginning of the film.
So you felt that was sort of a moment of like freedom when you were talking to him.
Yeah, because I, as a director, again, I mean, personally, as a granddaughter, I was so upset, and everything that I didn't know, you know, I had a lot of things to process.
Yeah.
But as a director, my goal was, this person should look like just a girl, not as a grown up.
Mm.
Because most of the time, if you're a kid from difficult situation, difficult, like, upbringing, they tend to act like adult since from a young age. So as a director, I wanted to make this daughter to look like just a tiny small girl who went through everything, and then now this is a moment where she can just be vulnerable and be small and just act like a kid.
Yeah. 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 And there must be that you must was there a real catharsis to that?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Like, yeah. I was like, I would never be like you. I would never, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
We had to cut out of a lot, but yeah, it was a pure catharsis. I was like, okay, now we can go.
Good. Yeah. That's it. That's how it should be. I think if you're doing something this big and this personal, you've got to feel like you've resolved it at the end. Even if it's just a little bit, something.
I think that scene was for my emotion, like my feelings.
Mm.
Um, because when I've never shouted at my, you know, grandparents, it's rude.
Yeah.
I've never, raised up my voice, but raising voice in front of him, even though he's passed away, it meant a lot. Because in Korea, that's why I did bow. It's like a Korean ritual thing,
Hmm.
because we see him alive, as alive.
Okay.
So it didn't matter he, passed away or not. I felt great that accusing him of, you're the origin of this abuse,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Good for you.
Thank you.
I'd love to sort of talk a bit more. So you wanting to bring like a new form of documentary into Korean cinema. I think that's amazing.
Thank you. I mean, I just made one film, so I want to see how far I can go.
Yeah. So
Um,
so yeah, like leading on from there, what's next? What have you got planned?
um, yeah, I'm working on uh my first feature film.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing it on my own, and it's
Okay.
gonna be purely observational documentary. So
Okay.
it's gonna take like 10 years. Who knows? It's a documentary. But yeah, I want to see how far I can go as a director, and with my style, my visual aesthetic, my visual language, cinematic language. and I want to challenge myself in a different way, like I did with Welcome Home Freckles.
Yeah.
So making personal film helped me to see myself as someone else, right? I separated
Yeah.
myself completely.
I can see that.
So, by the way, I'm done with personal films for a while.
Okay. Fair.
Uh,
I think that's fair enough.
thank you for understanding. I think I've said enough for
Yeah.
now, for now. Um, but because of that, when I see other people or like other people's story, I learned how to see myself in someone else,
Mm,
if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I can totally see what you're saying.
So I'm I'm trying to work on it, how to say it, like it's a similar approach. Like for example, even for it's a documentary, but I always write down a story first.
Hmm.
I make a scene first.
Yeah.
Um, but now with so the film I'm working on now is not me, it's other people, like some people. But I'm thinking more like um them as me,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like a
So I see
reflection
me
of
in them.
yourself.
So it's really exciting to imagine what's going to happen in their life and writing down the whole story. And yeah, I think that's my new challenge for a director. I want to grow up more, and I just started. I'm just a baby. I know nothing. So, I want to try something new.
Yeah, excellent. I think that's what you've got to do. There's such a vast world of like filmmaking, documentary filming. There's so much. And I can imagine at school you're taught so much, and then you're like, right, I want to implement it. I want to discover things. I want to put it to practice.
Exactly. I think NFTS was a great place to experiment everything I wanted.
Mm,
And after, finishing all the experiments, and now I can be more intentional with
yeah,
my work
yeah,
rather than just, how to say it, self-expression. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's always gonna be like self-expression. I don't really care about other people. I just like what I like. It's a really horrible thing to say, but for a documentary director,
Look, I think most people feel the same way. It's just not everyone's willing to say it.
thank you. I
Yeah,
feel less horrible.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, don't worry, you're not.
yes, there's my reference film, The Echo, directed by Tatiana Huizu.
Okay,
Yeah, basically, I just want to copy her film.
great. I
But
haven't seen it, but I'll look it up.
but to copy her film, I have to learn how she did it first. So that's what I'm excited about these days, learning about her approach
Yeah.
and her directing and her morals, everything. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so leading on for this question, this is my last one that I'll ask you. I'm asking all my filmmakers to tell me their favorite short or shorts film and director and why.
Short film director.
Yeah, we're all about short films here. I know it's never as easy as feature.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You put me on the spot.
I know, I know. Well, the whole thing flowed nicely, and now you can have a little think, have a little look. Like I said, we can edit.
No, I don't want to. I want to just shoot it here. Oh my God. Okay. I mean, I've seen so many short films, but oh my God. Oh my God.
What's one that keeps on coming back into your head?
I mean, the recent film that I really loved. It's ah I watched it at the cinema. I mean, at the festival.
Okay.
Um, it's called they won the camera image.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
no, 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 no. I have an amazing one. So his name is Juan,
Okay.
looking for a donkey.
Okay.
I'm not sure you've seen it.
No, I feel like I've
It's
heard of
Mexican.
it, or maybe, I don't know.
It's a looking for a donkey. There is a
That's it.
donkey film.
Okay, great.
And
Okay, I
oh
can't
my,
wait.
he's like the film is stunning.
Yeah.
And he's also director DP.
Hmm.
I don't know how he did it. And he's a great, great Mexican great guy. Like
Okay.
he's so funny, but he's so sweet. And we've become friends. We became like friends after so many like festival run. We did
Nice.
like festivals together.
Yeah, yeah.
But every time when I watch it, it's like stunning. I still don't know how he did it. Yeah, it's like weird.
Why haven't you
But
asked him how he did it?
I mean, I asked him, but I cannot understand. I mean,
Okay,
he just said it
okay.
like, well, it's just you just go there and talk to people and put the camera and roll it and that's it. But like, I mean, I did the same thing, but why I cannot achieve that?
This is what you're going to learn. This is what you're going to experience.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But one, yeah, looking for a donkey is
Okay.
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.